February.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
February, March.
Yeah.
Because we're open. He's ready. He's ready tonight.
Yeah.
As I said, 6 weeks. 6 weeks for that.
Yeah.
I mean, done.
The fight's done already.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Eddie, the fight's done?
What?
He's saying the fight's done. It's done, huh?
His Excellency wants to make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll deal with some business.
Conor Benn refused to bow down after his loss and exploded with pure fury as the rematch was officially locked in. He humiliated Chris Eubank Jr., firing a brutal warning that this time he would destroy him inside the ring. Eddie Hearn confirmed that the fight is completely done, with His Excellency giving the green light to make it happen. Now the tension is beyond boiling point. Benn is charging into this rematch like a man possessed, ready to leave no doubt and rip Eubank Jr. apart in front of the whole world.
Comes out like that against me, he'll get hit hard, and he won't know what hit him. It'll be an explosive, dangerous.
Conor Benn exploded with pure venom, firing a ruthless warning straight at Chris Eubank Jr. He made it brutally clear that if Eubank dares to stand against him again, he's gonna get smashed with savage power he won't even see coming. Benn promised to unleash an explosive, dangerous storm inside the ring, vowing to end Eubank's hype once and for all. This isn't just a fight anymore. Benn is coming to break him, humiliate him, and leave no doubt about who the real king is. The next clash won't just be war, it'll be total annihilation.
He'd be a better fighter, you know. We've got a lot to go back. Well, not a lot to go back, just to be able to take.
On the other hand, Nigel Benn erupts in pure fury after witnessing his son's defeat, flat out rejecting the result as nothing more than a sham. He tears into Chris Eubank Jr., branding him a fluke champion who only capitalized on Conor's lack of sharpness. Moreover, Nigel doesn't hold back, demanding an immediate rematch and swearing that a fully locked-in Conor would obliterate Eubank Jr. without a shred of mercy. To make matters worse, he accuses the first fight of being a total setup, claiming the real carnage hasn't even started yet. The burning question is, can Eubank survive when Conor comes back with vengeance? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like the video if you're ready for the real war.
That Junior is too big a man. These weights that they are flouting is just, you know, they're destroying the.
Chris Eubank Sr. tears into the aftermath of Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn with brutal honesty, refusing to sugarcoat the obvious gap between the two warriors. In his eyes, Benn was hopelessly outmatched from the moment he dared to step in the ring. Moreover, Eubank Sr. savages the dangerous weight-cutting games Conor played, slamming them as reckless stunts that not only degrade fighters but insult the very core of boxing. On the flip side, he praises Jr.'s monstrous strength and flawless preparation, insisting no amount of manipulation could bridge the raw physical gulf between them. The real issue is, according to Eubank Sr., Benn was never truly ready to dance with a man of this caliber. The fight was less of a contest and more of a savage reminder size, power, and discipline reigned supreme, and in this brutal clash, Jr. proved it beyond all doubt.
We'll decide whether we do the rematch or drop down to natural weight 147 and fight for the world title.
Tony Sims fires back with a fierce claim, ripping apart the narrative that Chris Eubank Jr. clearly defeated Conor Benn. In Sims' eyes, Benn was the real warrior that night, outworking, outsmarting, and outclassing Eubank across key moments of the fight. Moreover, Sims slams the judges' scorecards, suggesting they robbed Benn of the glory he rightfully earned through pure heart and grit. On the flip side, he's already setting the stage for an explosive rematch, warning that a more polished, more dangerous Benn would leave no doubts next time. The burning question is whether Benn goes for world title glory at 147 or hunts down Eubank Jr. for redemption. But one thing's certain, Benn's thirst for vengeance is unstoppable. The real war is only just beginning, and Sims vows the next chapter will shock the entire boxing world.
He'd win the fight. I truly believed he would win the fight. And it was close. A lot of people say it was a draw. A lot of people saying it could have gone a point either way. I thought the scorecards was a bit too.
Moreover, Tony Sims stands firm, insisting that Conor Benn was the true victor of the fight, despite what the scorecards suggested. He points out how close the battle was, with many observers believing it was either a draw or could have gone either way. Sims argues that the scorecards were unjustly wide, with Benn's skill and resilience being severely undervalued. The fight, according to Sims, wasn't nearly as one-sided as the judges made it out to be. He remains unwavering in his belief that Benn deserved the win, and with the controversy surrounding the decision, Sims is certain that a rematch would play out entirely differently. The next showdown could very well be a game changer.
Said next, Eddie was talking about maybe going down in weight. I think that if they want to get it on, they do it again, in 6 months' time. And we'll...
Adam Smith pulls no punches in his assessment of the inevitable rematch between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. He commends Eubank Jr. for his incredible resilience, calling his comeback an undeniable testament to his elite status, even after facing all the obstacles in his path. On the other hand, Conor Benn is equally determined to settle the score, burning with the need to prove that his previous defeat was nothing but a fluke. Smith sees this clash as more than just a fight. It's personal. Both men are carrying the weight of unfinished business, and the stage is set for an explosive showdown. Over the next few months, the anticipation will only build, with Benn desperate for redemption and Eubank Jr. eager to confirm his dominance once and for all. In 6 months, the boxing world will be watching, as these two fierce competitors look to make a statement about who truly reigns supreme in the ring.
I think there's a rematch in the contract, so there's no doubt that they'll run that one back and do it all up.
Harlem Eubank doesn't mince words when analyzing Conor Benn's loss, tearing into him for all the trash talk and bold claims before the fight. Harlem points out that Benn's cockiness and inflated confidence made the defeat all the more humiliating, highlighting how his bluster didn't match his actual performance in the ring. He criticizes Benn for his lack of discipline and focus, which were evident during the fight. Harlem stresses that the rematch is already locked in, with no doubt that the two will meet again. For Harlem, this victory for Chris Eubank Jr. isn't just a win, it's a powerful statement that solidifies Eubank Jr.'s position at the top of the boxing world. Harlem firmly believes that the rematch will only further prove that Benn was never in his cousin's league, and that Eubank Jr.'s dominance is undeniable. The fight's outcome has already cemented the truth. Eubank is the real deal.
A really good fight. I think it was a lot closer than what it was. Commend Conor Benn immensely because he put on an amazing performance. Remember, he's a welterweight. Never really boxed at world-class level at 160 or around that. Chris has more experience on the world scene than Conor has, but Conor did himself proud.
Johnny Nelson offers a thoughtful and balanced analysis of the fight, emphasizing how closely contested it really was, far closer than the scorecards suggest. He was especially impressed by Conor Benn's performance, acknowledging the monumental challenge he faced in stepping up to 160 pounds, a weight class he isn't accustomed to. Benn, primarily a welterweight, exhibited incredible heart, resilience, and boxing skills, which Nelson believes should be celebrated. Despite his impressive showing, Nelson points out that Chris Eubank Jr. held the upper hand due to his superior experience and composure in high-pressure, world-class matches. Eubank's experience at heavier weights and in championship-level fights proved to be decisive. Nelson recognizes that Benn gave it everything he had, showing his heart and determination, but ultimately, it was Eubank's seasoned experience and strategic approach that saw him through. In Nelson's eyes, while Benn's effort was commendable, the fight was always going to lean in favor of the more experienced fighter. What do you think about the fight and the performances of both men? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more detailed analysis.